Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Show Style and Spirit. I am Ebony, of course, and as you can see from the title of this video, I will be talking about a couple of different topics. One including Funky Dineva. His interview with Carlos King has ignited an entire firestorm within blogger, YouTuber Armon Wiggins. As I am filming this video right now, he is still live on his YouTube channel. I have been checking it out for a few hours now. I left a Middle Eastern restaurant and I went to a park and was watching it, and then I decided to come on home and get ready to give my reaction to it. It was very heavy, so we're going to get into it all. But first, we're going to talk about Melody on TikTok, her School of Beauty. It has been so much fun. I've been checking it out while logged in for work, so I'm going to give my commentary on that as well. Now, before we get into these stories, I ask that you please hit the like button on this video. Then YouTube will recommend this video to more people who enjoy discussing various topics surrounding reality TV stars and celebrity gossip. And if you have not already done so, please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit. I would love to have you as one of the showstoppers. And everything that I'm saying in this video is alleged and just my opinion. All right, so you see these images from Melody's TikTok live. I have some images from Tuesday's TikTok live. That was day one. And today, Wednesday, is day two of her beauty school, her School of Beauty, where she sold her products. She introduced new products, and we saw her get a massage. We saw some of her students. Some of them were misbehaving. They were getting their names written on a board with a check mark, you name it. So she returned to the classroom, but not as a teacher of academia, but a teacher of beauty. And it has been so much fun. I even posted today that I got my lip primers. I ordered like a few of them because they were marked down to $10 each. And then TikTok gave me free shipping. Oh my gosh. I remember like one of her other TikToks a few weeks ago. I like text my cousin. I'm like, oh my gosh, you have got to get on TikTok. She was like, yeah, I was wondering if it's reliable. I'm like, oh yeah, for sure. And the very first time that you shop on TikTok, TikTok gives you like 45% off your very first time using it to shop. So it's definitely worth it. But I love how creative Melody is on TikTok, and she is really producing these lives. They are several hours long, and it's not easy to not only create and come up with an idea that you want to give commentary on, but to come up with visuals, things that can really grab someone's attention, give them something to focus on, something that they may really be interested in or could learn from. And so she is doing that with her previous lives. You know, she was presenting her products. Her and her team, they were dancing. She had the music playing through their headphones so that she would not have any copyright issues on TikTok. Not only is that smart, but it looks hella creative. Like if someone didn't know, they would have just clicked on her TikTok and perhaps thought that she had like a partnership going with Beats by Dre, or I'm sure he sold it by now. But the example that I'm making is, oh, someone could think, oh, wow, she must be selling someone's headsets because she's showing them and she's dancing. But no, that was her being so smart. She did not want any copyright issues. So she had headsets for everyone. And she did today as well during her School of Beauty. So it was just great. She did deals where they were marked down for like 5 minutes, and you learned about the different benefits of the different products that she uses, the different ingredients, I should say, like castor oil. She had her masseuse on the live again today, and he talked about how castor oil can really help if your joints are really swollen or just agitated somehow, inflamed. The castor oil can just like pull all of those toxins out. That was actually news for me because her hair serum has both castor oil and eucalyptus in it. And, I like to use that on my scalp. And yesterday, during Tuesday's live, which was day one of Melody Cherie's School of Beauty, she talked about how people with locks use her products. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is me for sure. And so this is the setting. She's wearing like the plaid skirt. It was giving Britney Spears, not Oops, I Did It Again, but her very first song. I can't think of it right now, but that is my jam. So now that's going to bother me. So let me look up Britney Spears' first song where she is dancing in a high school. First single. And Hit Me Baby One More Time. That is the video where she is wearing the plaid uniform, the skirt, and like the button-down cardigan, and she's dancing her butt off inside the school. So Melody was wearing the plaid skirt. Also, she had the classroom setting. She had the desk with the God Said Go journals. Y'all know last year I bought a God Said Go journal, wrote in every single page of it. Journaling is definitely my thing. And when you buy her 7th Avenue products and you get those mailers inside where she's giving you information about the products, she had those on the desk as well. Definitely some great visuals. And they put sales on each of her products. And like the travel bag, I have a travel bag, otherwise I would have gotten one. That was like a really good deal for like a good 5 to 10 minutes. I hope that a lot of you were able to take advantage of the deals. She's having another TikTok, I believe, tomorrow. So definitely try to tune in. I understand if it's a challenge because it's when I'm working as well, but I just, just kind of dip in, and when I see something really cool, I'll get a screenshot of it. And there you go. And she had, again, like I said, she had her masseuse and she had her trainer in the house as well. Her trainer looks amazing. I believe she's about 70 years old. Oh my gosh. And she talks about, eating berries and, drinking your alkaline water and how those things can help with having like a smaller stomach, a flat belly. She gave a lot of helpful information during day one of the 7th Avenue School of Beauty. So let me know in the comments if you were able to check out either one or both of Melody's TikTok lives this week. And that is her masseuse, of course, all the way to the left. He gave good information as well. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about Armon Wiggins reacting to Funky Dineva's interview with Carlos King. Armon Wiggins was extremely upset over a couple of things that Funky Dineva said. Armon Wiggins did not like it when Funky Dineva said that Armon needs to grow up and that he's immature. And he did not like the fact that Funky Dineva said that Armon was a major contributing factor to the show ending. It even got to the point where Claudia Jordan called in. She was at the Universal Soul Circus and called in when she could see that he was visibly upset. And she asked him if he was okay, and he said yes. And Claudia said, "You did not contribute to the show being canceled." Basically, she said, "You entered a toxic work environment, which is how I feel." So even on our jobs, us W-2 employees, regular workers, we do not get to indulge in office gossip where we are saying mean and hateful things towards coworkers. And especially if it gets back around to that coworker, we don't get to just not suffer any repercussions. When Armon Wiggins started working for Fox host TGIF in March of this year, there was already back and forth issues between Claudia and Al and perhaps other working relationships. So he entered an already unprofessional and fragile environment, in my opinion. During tonight's YouTube Live, Armon Wiggins posted text messages and messages that he was getting on Twitter saying that, you cannot trust Claudia or Al is looking like he's jealous. So he was dealing with a lot of negativity right out the bat. Allegedly, Al Reynolds told Armon Wiggins not to take any of Claudia Jordan's calls, do not respond to her text messages, only speak to her on Zoom because she records your phone calls and she will sue you. And so Armon, trusting Al right out the gate, in the beginning, he was not taking her calls and not responding to her text messages. All the while, allegedly, Al Reynolds was going back to Claudia Jordan and talking negatively about Armon, saying to Claudia, let's give Armon a hard time. Let's make it uncomfortable for him. Also tonight, Armon Wiggins confirmed that he was not making $250,000 like his former coworkers. He was making $70,000 a year. Now, to the average American, $70,000 is a considerable amount of money, but in regards to his coworkers who were doing the same exact job, he was getting a tremendous amount less than his counterparts, nearly 4 times less than Claudia Jordan and Al Reynolds were earning. Now, I do want to speak on, because the video that I made yesterday, it was Love and Marriage Huntsville focused in terms of the comments that were made between Carlos King and Funky Dineva regarding Love and Marriage Huntsville. Tonight, I want to talk more about what Funky Dineva said regarding working with TGIF as a whole. So he talked about, he felt vindicated and that the co-workers of his former co-workers, they pretty much messed up the $250,000 bag. Also, he admitted that he told Armon everything that he would need to know to be successful at Fox Soul. Don't F with this person. Don't tell that person anything. This is what you ask for. This is what you not ask for. In my opinion, whenever someone starts a new job and you have that coworker whom you don't even know anybody, they come up to you complaining about the job, complaining about certain people, naming names, knowing that you are new and you do not have a judgment or an opinion on anyone because you are new. I feel like those are the people that you need to have a safe distance from when they are being messy and talking about coworkers to you. You just sit there and listen. You do not give an opinion or anything. You do not respond, because then they may try to use that against you. Because I find it very messy and unprofessional that Funky Dineva would even tell Armon ahead, don't F with this person, don't F with that person. Here's what you ask for, here's what you don't. Because he's totally helping to try and shape Armon's opinion of people whom he does not know. And it seems like overall, not just Funky, that was just a lot of mess going on amongst the cast of TGIF, period. There's lots of text messages, lots of screenshots of them talking mess about each other and then smiling up in each other's faces, hanging out together, getting drunk together, and then talking about each other behind their backs. That's unprofessional and immature. So when Funky called out Armon, it was very unfair to him because there was already mess going on in the work environment that he was brought into. Funky Dineva also said that Armon's roast of Al, clearly a battery was put in his back because he had not worked there long enough to be able to roast Al. And then Armon said, I entered into a toxic workplace. I'm paraphrasing for him, I'm summarizing. So he said, I did have some background to say on Al because it was very negative. And he got emotional. He started to choke up and he was like, F that job, F that job. I'm sure that some of us can relate to the trauma, because to me, he was looking, now his trauma was starting to bubble up to the surface and show up in his physicality. And I feel bad for the guy. And he said, I make more money. I make more than 70K just doing my own content on my YouTube channel. I make more than 70,000 a year. And I did not want to take the job. My mom told me to do it, but I knew it was going to be a pay cut. And then Armon Wiggins was hoping that because he'd be working for Fox Soul, that that meant that he would get, media passes to events like award shows. He said that he would have had to have paid to attend award shows out of his own pocket and gotten his own media pass himself. Fox Soul did not have those connections, did not offer those perks at all. So he realized that the opportunity was not as big as he thought that it would be. And then on top of that, his coworkers were messy. So he definitely feels slighted. I understand him being upset. I cannot judge or try to invalidate his feelings. I also want to say to him, though, because I can tell he is so upset, Funky Dineva is not going to be the last person to say something negative about Arman. So just like he said, F that job, he can say F Funky Dineva and just keep on making his great content. I listen to Meg the Stallion. I stream her music. I listen to Cardi B. So I look forward to his commentary. I'm subscribed to Armon Wiggins and have been for quite a long time now. So I definitely enjoy his content. So he can just keep on making it and forget what Funky Dineva has to say. He's not God. He's not the Wizard of Oz. He's not perfect. He is not all knowing. And his opinion can definitely be incorrect. So I hope that Armand feels better after getting all of this off of his chest. I may check out Funky Dineva's live tonight. One of my friends told me on Instagram that he was saying he was not going to address it. I may still go back and watch it and like tomorrow while I'm working, just to see if he did in fact touch on Armand's live. My guess is he's probably catching the replay right now, and he probably will address it tomorrow. Funky Dineva strikes me as someone who has a lot of pride, so he's definitely going to respond. Now, what do you all think about the end of the TGIF show on Fox Soul? Do you think that all of the he say, she say, and all of the talking about their coworkers behind their backs, that was just too much, highly unprofessional? And I get it to the staff's point, they do not work in corporate America. Claudia Jordan has worked on game shows. She did one season on ROA. TV is her thing. Same thing with Al Reynolds, I believe. And then Funky Dineva, he's a YouTuber. But Funky Dineva did graduate college and did work as an accountant for a while. So he does have corporate America experience. I say all that to say that ideally they should know better, but I know that they have not worked in corporate America, most of them. But do you find their behavior to be highly unprofessional? And yes, definitely don't forget to comment about Melody's TikTok lives this week as well. And I thank you all so much for checking out this video. You know, I feel like people don't really talk about when you work from home and you're single. So like my home is not just my YouTube studio, but it is my workplace during the day. It is my workplace cafeteria, my workplace restroom, and my office. So sometimes I have to physically get out of the house, whether I go to the park or go for a walk at the park or go to the gym or just have dinner at a restaurant, just to physically get away. And that's just something that I have to do. It makes me feel like I've gotten away for a few hours. Then I come home and make content. You know, that's kind of like the schedule that I'm on, because once I'm logged out of work, you know, I need to get away. And I feel like that's something that people don't always talk about. Overall, I feel like in our society, single people, whatever our needs are, it doesn't always get discussed. We have to bring it up. Because some people, especially parents or married people or married parents, they'll say, oh, you know, you're single. You don't have to check anyone's homework. You don't have to give anybody a bath at night. You don't have to, cook dinner if you don't want to. And that's true. But people also don't think about our emotional needs because we are single. It's not like I can be like really busy, busy, busy at work all day. And then I know my sweet, smart kid is going to come home from school or my significant other, you know? So those are just things that sometimes I deal with. But I definitely tried my best to take care of me, and that is physically getting out of the house and having some fun doing something before I come back home for the night. But I thank you all so much for checking out this video. Please hit the like button on this video as it is a free way of supporting the channel. And please subscribe to Shows Style and Spirit if you have not already done so. And I will talk with you all very soon. Bye.